Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. The excitement is present. More TLI. Level 86. You'll get to watch me die tonight. Probably lots. Well, let's see how high we can get here. I would love to get there, but I'm dubious. Basically, this is a boss who just... has entered its next form, yeah, so... My damage is way higher than it used to be, let's put it that way. Ow. Maybe don't stand exactly where he's about to pound the ground. Would be a good idea. I'll try that. Yep, okay, we got to 250 something. Yeah, we got a bunch. Of course, previously I was like doing like 2 million. Now I'm doing like 30. So let's see, we get flame sand. We definitely need lots of precious embers. I burned through a lot trying to make something better than what I'm using, and it wasn't quite successful. It's close. And all kinds of goodies. I didn't want a challenge. I wanted to take everything. Fine, we'll try again. Again, do not stand where he is doing bad things. It's kind of a useful piece of information to have and make. And nope. That's about as close as we're going to get, I think. For now, we don't want to challenge. We just want to take all of these rewards. Why is that still showing up? What did I not do to make it go away? Did I not grab all the rewards? I thought I grabbed all the rewards. Rankings. Yeah, no. Not sure why I'm still getting the notification. It's one of the things I can't stand. They just drive me crazy. Is hey, Lone Star Wolf. That's why I hadn't clicked on it. That is a Flame Elementium tax voucher, which I don't know how they work, but I probably should try to learn. We can try the Supreme Dwarf King. We tried this. More rewards would be good. I like rewards. These are basically just boss fights. That one was easy, as you can tell, because it took like 10 seconds. Try the next one. Oh, that was, okay, now we know. We'll try again. Okay, another time, perhaps. So here we're showing our damage numbers. About 30 million DPS is what this build can manage. Oh, we just hit a spike. Oh, averaging about 27, 28 million occasionally, spiking over 30. And I know that sounds like a lot, but for instance, Mathel, an extremely gifted PoE player, has been playing an off-spec. In other words, not one of the more powerful specs. He finished, I think, with the 4th highest score. That's worldwide. And today he took his damage from 5 billion up to 40 billion per second. Which I think you'll agree is a lot of illions. I don't think I have any descriptions. I do not. We are currently at Timemark 7. Finished off these two. I believe I need 2 more to fight the Realm Lord. I doubt I would be able to defeat the Realm Lord, but I would try it for you guys. It's content, baby. These are all previous league mechanics, and you use your end game points equivalent to PoE's Atlas points to spend them however you choose. Currently I'm using the cube. It's a very simple, straightforward one. It's just kill some mobs, and at the end of each map, there's a box. Open the box, get the loot. Let's see, so Steel Forge and Thunder Waste, we have, well, I think Steel Forge, we have 3. We need 8 maps completed to challenge the boss. Drop rarity and drop quantity. That's potentially pretty good. Over here, it's gear drop quantity and quantity. So do I want rarity and quant? Or quant and quant? I think we want rarity and quant. Additional cold damage for me. We don't want that because I'm doing all cold damage, so we want to reset that affix to anything else. There we go. I do 30% less erosion damage. Note, my current survival is 10,000 and the recommended survival is 19,000. This may account for me possibly dying a time or two. Alright, these guys are unpleasant. The red dots that you can see on the minimap are either the current league mechanic critters or the league mechanic for one of the other leagues, which mostly for me is going to mean the cube mechanic. Loot! So the end-gamey currency mechanic is called FEs, or Flame Elementium. When last I streamed, I probably had to add like 4 or 5. I think I'm up to a total of about 30 I've gotten now. Spent some. Misspent some as well. On a potentially good piece of equipment, but then I burned a lot of currency trying to get it into being really, really good piece. And it ain't there yet. But if you like blowing stuff up, whoops, Torchlight Infinite, it may be a game for you. No. Is he gonna do his breath thing? Oh, okay, he's one of the easier ones to kill. There are these Cerberus critters that are just the worst. The League mechanic ones are awful. As they jump around and they have a channeled cone attack, and they'll jump up to you and immediately start breathing, and you've got about half a second to get out. These guys are bad too. They are one of the... Like I said, these guys are bad too. Since we just leveled, I will not use a revive token. These guys are very bad. Also, they have a charge attack that hits really hard. The current League mechanic is a bit overtuned. I'm just going to say that. One thing I have to get better at is moving to avoid things. That's basically most things kill now. The entropy is very high in this game when you get towards the end game. In other words, things can kill you really quick. I think we have completely finished out all of these trees now with the previous level. I'm following an in-game build guide, which is the green circle. Parabolic projectile splits quantity. I don't think we have parabolic projectiles. We've just got regular good old-fashioned projectiles. And yeah, so now we have a few points. I can put them wherever I feel like it. More intelligence. I want to be smarterer. I'm smarterer than I was. You can probably tell the difference. Your primary stat is a scalar for the damage you do. My primary is intelligence. Character's primary. Mine, maybe not. Busted. And now this is the box. We have 3 spins. It's completely random. This is probably worth a chunk with 2 legendary quality affixes. This would be good. Flame Elementium. I'll probably get this, which is normal rarity. Sucks. But I have buffed the rewards from this mechanic. And I assume 1? Yep, 1. I did sell something today for 4 Flame Elementium, my first sale. The trade house from here, I don't. This one hasn't sold yet. That's the one I'm hoping for. 55 FE would be a lot. The thing about this one is it has most of them that were sale for a couple of Flame Elementum had 1 fervor effect. This is a rare one in that it has 2 40% fervor effects, making it quite valuable if you're running a fervor build. Alright, we are working on Steel Forge. State of Despair. I live there. I don't remember all the maps, the layouts. Yeah, this one's got. Just gonna teleport me back a short ways. Did we upgrade a couple of things? Nice. You can see the little floating number over some of the mobs that I kill. Those are adding to the cube counter, where every 20 cube increments we get another spin on the wheel of loot. The wheel of potentially useful loot. It has not yet been particularly paid off particularly well, although if that thing I have up for sale sells, then that pays. Nope. Lens. You gotta be better, smarter, faster. One problem I do have is I do lose my cursor a lot in the visual span. I don't know. Does it have any settings for the cursor? Changing the cursor, maybe? No. Alright, no. Worth checking. Now I can manually force it. Whoop. This guy and his mines. He's really annoying. Those mines hit quite hard. I can't force it. I can use yellow mouse, which I do have installed. I use it in Guild Wars 2. Boss coming up. We have 3 spins of the wheel. Ultra rare. I'll take a flame elementium. Or, you know, the 3 most common things. That'd be fine too. Not bitter. Promise I'm not bitter. However, generally speaking, I am managing Timemark 7 reasonably well. Okay, we finished out a quest. another reward. I gotta check and see if I can figure out what some of these rewards do, because a lot of them I have no idea. Alright, this is our last Steel Forge map that we have available. We will have to purchase more. We want to finish off this boss. Still 10,400 out of 19,000 on the survival. Died a couple times. Not too bad. Ah, we have cards. We have the tarot cards. An interesting league, but I don't think I remember all the cards. The cards have different effects. Basically, there'll be a big floating tarot card, and it basically will summon some mobs that will likely have a special effect they do. That guy's bad too. And his on death effect or something killed him. Not a fan. Prefer to die because I do something wrong. Okay, here's our first tarot. It's the Magician. Oh, that's right. We have to be inside the spheres to damage those things. And have to destroy all of those. That one little mob hiding over there. What a coward. Some kind of bossy mob over there. Oh, one of these guys. He's not too tough. Basically, you just have to wait for him to start. Okay, wind up and then teleport to the other side. But he also has an attack where he chases you for 3 or 4 whacks. And that one basically just want to try and kite him away. Right, we have another card. Death. You got to get out of that circle. And then kill all the mobs. Another card. Hanged Man. I believe these are invisible mobs. Nope. Yes, it is. And we've got some additional unfriendly mobs that have appeared because they don't like me, that they're jerks. I mean, not liking me. Oh, Flame Elementium. Yay. Map forfeit. $27 more tarot activations required for the... Select one note of Arcana. Great. I don't remember much about the actual league mechanic. The one I actually liked a lot was... I don't think you can actually even activate it until level 90. Was one that had sort of a very Lovecraftian horror. Alright. Fight. That boss. 2 spins. Really like a flame elemental? Do not want the N thing, please? Pretty boring. Okay. I know cube farming is one of the more profitable ones, but I may not be high enough tier level, whatever you want to call it, to actually have access to getting good crops. Or just we'll take a quick look and see. This one has a legendary affix. Fire damage, minion damage, but additional attack damage if you move to war price. You can actually price check things really simply. Click on the item, click on price check. Now, this case, for instance, this is, I know, the more valuable affix, so we can see if that affix by itself is worth it. 1, maybe. Now, with both affixes, yeah, 1. So this one is not worth very much at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and recycle it. Materials. We are out. Well, we will at least grab one more Steel Forge 7. These use a currency for beacons, not bacon. Steel Forge 7, which means it's going to cost 7 of the currency. Steel Forge, Timemark 7. Oh, I'm wrong. Costs 8. Fuck me. But we got another achievement done in Phase 5. Let's see if that has given us enough to make a claim. With the Space-Time Wanderer. It has. It's going to give us some random flame. Probably flame dust. If we're lucky, very lucky. Flame element. Just dust. Sand. Whatever. Potato. But another level in rewards. Tax vouchers. Not sure how those work. Probably should check that out because it's flame element. Alright, we now have this. So we'll finish up this little batch of quests, 4 of them. And we'll hit 4 of 8 on the Steel Forge Watcher. Did some damage to me. That's one of the things that the game has when you reach a certain point in the power curve where basically you're dead instantly and you have no idea what you did. Can be a little on the frustrating side, as you might expect. I mean, they do tell you what did the actual last hit that finished you. Which PoE won't do because the devs say, we might get wrong information from that. Yeah, but wrong information that we can easily identify as wrong is better than no information. Not having a place to dodge kind of makes that suck. Did you die already, you jerk? Oh, we've got the Cerberus. In 4 seconds, I took 4,522 damage, including 3,900. Yeah, the damage over time. And my inability to port out of the way. There. Whoops, that's the one you don't want to ever see. That's the big attack that Cerberus do. Cerberus, churn. I wasn't quite in range of his attack. Almost. Flame Elementium. Generally, the boss fights are a lot easier than the League mechanics. Especially the present League mechanics. They're pretty punch. Alright, 2 more spins on the big wheel. Let's see. Spring Resurrection. I would like a super rare or an ultra rare, please. That would be nice. Put a smile on my face. No rarity all on that one. Yeah. Won't even show up on the ground. My filter. Filters it away. Alright. Magic shoes. Erosion of manifolds and brainwave emitter. I have a brainwave emitter. I am emitting my brainwaves through the interwebs, directly into your head. Terrifying. I assume. Yep. And yep. A lot of energy. Pure energy. What might we be able to do with those? Alright, we can get a lot. We can get a metric shit ton of gear energy shield. Interestingly, we have percent damage, not a great number. Projectile speed's a pretty good number. And we can get rid of that, and if we get lucky, get a top-end value. We don't have a bunch of the crafting material. That's the problem. Yeah, I don't think it's worth the risk. I don't have the currency to be able to feel like I can take the chance. Alright, we still need... we'll get 2 more, and we'll hope that we'll get a couple as drops. Oh, sorry, Zach. I need 2 more. Steel thingy. Steel forge. Timemark 7s. try 2 more. All right. This is going to buff cube rewards. So we want to do this one. The other is what? Compasses? Yeah. Additional armor for monsters should be fine because I'm not doing physical damage to them. So that is a perfectly good affix to have. Do I want to add an affix? Dangerous. I'll be blinded for 8 seconds when you've lost 20% of life or taken damage greater than 20% of the sum of life and energy shield. I'm going to be blinded a lot. Let's see how much I regret that choice. But extra rewards, gonna be totally worth it, right? I'm gonna go a little bit more slowly for this. All right, we got past one batch of the League mechanic drops. Where'd he go? More of them. And I dodged the wrong way. Don't do that. Lens. Try to suck less. You don't have to suck less, but you ought to at least try. No problem. At it the whole way. Everything's fine. It's fine. If I do die right now, I probably want to start using the res tokens. So that I don't lose XP. If you die, you'll lose 5% of your current XP. Or 5%, I guess, progress towards your next level, I should say. Which can add up pretty quickly. Die. A lot of things are dying or leaving behind little presents, like little ground effects that will hurt a lot, I assume. Alright, we want to finish off this before we go back to the main. That guy is bad. He drops mines behind him. Those mines are brutal. This is the boss. It is. Only one spin of the wheel. It's only one spin. I think I deserve something super rare or better. Or, you know, something of normal rarity. He said to himself. Right, that has 86 energy. I don't think I can make up the difference. So I think if I swap these in to give myself a little more survivability. I think I probably will lose my 6th socket on my main skill. Because right now, we have 11 extra. Which means we could only afford to lose 11 more. And that was currently at 86, I think I said. Yeah. So we'd need 75. I don't think we can reach 75. Maybe. We get a good result. That's not a good result. Nope. Nope. That's a good enough result. And we need 75, right? So we need 18. 74. We're at 84. We should be fine. We should be fine. So if we want to increase our defense a little, we'll use this. We lose some DPS. Let's find out how much. So currently, I think we're doing, what was it, 20s? Basically 25 to 28 consistent communication spike. That's 30. Swap to gravel. Make sure we're still everything slotted correctly. Good. Yeah, so we're only 2 energy less than we were. So now if we run this again, I think it's going to be a significant less. Yeah, about 20 million. The single target it's losing a good chunk. A couple million, anywhere from 2 to 5. But survivability should be significantly better. So if we now go in and check the survivability number, go in, we were at like 10.4. We now hit the survivability target, so we increased our survivability by a bunch. Now mind you, that doesn't necessarily mean that much because everything does so much goddamn damage and it's so spiky. However, I think I'll probably do more damage to batches of mobs, so any mobs that are kind enough to be running around with friends. It's nice to have friends, especially when my shots bounce off of them and back onto you. Dead end. Some kind of boss mob over there, ain't that kind, okay? We get behind the shield, we can finish him. Take out that thing. Another Scepter of Excommunication, which I was using earlier. My first build. 2 of them. Farmable, easily farmable. And one of the early treasure troves, but it won't have energy. Oh my god, everything's dropping crap on my head. Why? Why? I'm a good person. I've led a good life. Why are you not dead? That thing lasted forever. Flame Elementium. Basically, any map that drops an FE is a win. We left behind some bad people. Can't have that. I'm gonna get my nickels worth from this map. This is the bomber, or the miner again, for hard gold. He is one of the new lead mechanic dudes. He's only bad if you get stuck behind him in a narrow place and you actually go past him. Then he's really bad because he drops all these really hard. Definitely could feel the survivability difference going from wherever I was to whatever I am. We get 3 spins of the wheel. It would be nice to get a super. I don't think I've gotten a super rare since I buffed the rewards for this. A couple of times I've gotten the double rewards where basically you'll get 2 of everything you get. Interesting. Barrier shield and barrier absorption rate. That could be synergistic and might actually have value. Let's find out. Interesting though, it doesn't list being able to check energy. Okay, so I was curious. That one's actually better than the one I'm currently using. Blows my mind. My mind? Call of Souls. Definitely worth, can't imagine this one's worth anything. One listing for 1 and it hasn't sold, and then a couple of Dreamers at 10 and 15. This one is more interesting. Oh, the barrier shield combo. Nope, nope, no, not that one either. My disappointment is complete. My day is ruined. Okay, my day is more ruined. Dropping these in here now. Let's see what we can do with that shield we just got to see. Absolute random drop. So, lightning resistance, fire resistance, and erosion resistance, these are all good things. The damage is okay. What other options do we have? Oh. That's it? Those are the only options? I guess the attack and spell block would be okay. Not interested in the mana. Not interested in the mana. I swear to God, I get worse. So, an additional small amount of damage and a good chunk of additional survival. We no longer need this one. Let's just see if we check every single thing, if there's one like that. No, we remove a couple of lists. Still. Fine then, we'll just destroy it. Before we do that, unlock. I think we're going to, let's run a league mechanic and do a surgery. Paging Dr. Lens. Dr. Lens. Okay. That's if we're going to go with bone sentries and removing mobs. Amberons. Mutating them into Amberons. Gotta say, I have more luck with pests than anything. Perhaps it's because we're kindred spirits. At the end of a round, plus 8 quant to X groups of random monsters, where X is the number of pests you currently have, and it takes effect X times. Basically, if you've got a full raft of pests, they all get plus 8 quantity, and it goes 6 times. And that's kind of the way you add up the value of pests. Select 1 to 2 monsters and fuse them into a group of pests. Okay. Guys, welcome to Pestilvania. Select 1 group of monsters to awaken into monsters that are 1 tier higher. Select 1 group, mutate them into pests. I already have pests. And add 1 group of monsters with the same name. Damn it. Add 52 to their quant and mutate them into rare monsters now. Okay. We're going to select 1 to awaken into a higher rarity. That one's already a rare. There we go. Took like 8 clicks to get it to highlight. But it's about to become a boss. We're only 2 rounds in. We already have 3 boxes unlocked. You can't see that. We already have 18,000. Let's see, at the end of the round, plus 30 quant to all monsters with activity higher than 255. We have none of those yet. At the end, plus 20 activity to monsters with a quantity of higher of 275. Those yet. Which are we more likely to get? Hollow Cocoon is more likely to get to 255. And adding quantity on top of that. So let's see, select 1 group of monsters, plus 20 of their activity. If they're not Amberons, mutate them. Select 1 group of monsters, 127 to their quant, and remove 1 group of monsters of different flavor. We don't have any of different flavor. At the end of the round, for every 3 groups of monsters in the same rarity, fuse them into 1 group. 20 activity with that. We're almost there with the Hollow Cocoon. Just need a little bit more power. Plus 41 activity, 1 random, and mutate them. We don't want to mutate, add a group of bone sentries. Sure. Like 1 group, mutate them into pests, and add 1 group of the same thing. That's just exactly the kind of thing I'm looking for. Select one group, remove them, add 2 monsters. Add 2 groups of magic monsters for random archetypes. 25. Select one group, add 154 to their quantity, and remove 2 groups of monsters of different archetypes. I don't have any of different archetypes. This is for quant. Select one group of monsters, remove them, add 2 groups of magic monsters from randoms. Add 1 group of bone sentries, select 1 to 2 groups of monsters and fuse them into 1 group of pests. Can do that. Putrid Fly and Blood Mantis. Evil Spiders, select 1 group, mutate. No, 1 to 2 and group them into pests again. Add 1 group of pests and 73 to their wants. Activity for all pests for every... That was better. Select 1 group of monsters mutated from bone sentries. 31 activity to 2 groups of monsters of the same archetype. We're going to end up, I'm guessing, with 6 purple boxes. We currently have 5 and 1 regular. And then maybe we can get a red box at the end. It's not going to be a great return. Laser scalpels, no, hate them. Those ones aren't too bad. There, all purple. Alright, here we go. Funny, a couple of days ago I managed a number of times to get 3 red, even 6 red chests. Haven't been able to get anything close to that for days. Runs. It's a maw worm. Not confused with a paw worm, of course. That was the big one on the left. We're into phase 3. We already have 5 purples. Unlock. Purples unlocked. Can we get a red? Definitely like it. I'm betting probably not. Well, we'll see. We have a long way to go on that progress bar. To get a red box. I think it's going to be 6 purples. I do dislike the center thing that's doing this red spit that will freeze you in place. I believe it goes clockwise. Different quadrants. Oh, we did get a red. Very nice. Can we get a second red box? That would be awesome. I'd be pleased. Ooh, we've got 1. The dot begins spitting right there. So it does indeed rotate around. I don't think we're going to get that. No, we're not getting that. So, 5 purple and 1 red. 2 flame elementi... 3 flame elementium! Glorious! Actually, quite good. 6 more flame elementium. Now we are talking. 11 FEs. I'm pleased with that. But I want more. Now this is our one red. No more flame element here. Back and see what we got. Frozen lightning. Price check? Nope. Lord's promise. Nope. Steel's lament. Nope. I don't assume that this is going to change anything. A Vorax neck. That's the first one of those I've seen. That is a metric shit ton of energy shield. Holy crap. That's really good. I don't need to talk out of class, but that just looks really bonkers good. Yeah, it is the first Vorax limb neck I've seen. That we go. Let's see what we can do with those boots. Get a resist. Obviously, resists are good. Fire resist. And up here, what can we get? Damage. Critical strike damage mitigation be okay. Damage. So, theoretically, we lose 2.9%, presumably because we had 33 combined resists, and this has 18. Our current resist percentage is better than I thought. Fire is... Oh, we don't need the fire here. Well, we're going to lose some. Fire and erosion are both capped. My lightning's kind of crap. We're going to lose lightning. Okay, erosion's down to 57. Our fire is... Okay, it's only actually at 62. So we'll use a little there. So I don't think we're really losing out anything. We'll slap this into the crafty box. And we've got a good chunk more energy shield. We're up to almost 2,700 energy shield. That's a lot. In fact, it's probably enough. Craft 3 pieces of rare gear with... Nope. Use 75 precious embers. Yeah, I burned through most of those. In a way I wish I had. No, 15 more. Thank you. That is actually good. Don't suppose we got another one of those maps, did we? No. We're going to buy another map, and then if necessary, another map. I do wish that we could scroll down a little bit faster than this, but... Steel Forge, Timemark 7. And away we go. And again, where we are, if we whoops, those things in narrow spaces are really annoying because I can't quite teleport completely past them. On death effects. The RPG players love them. We just can't get enough of them, you know? Actually, complete lie. Flame Elementium! At my level of power, every flame element is a celebration. Getting, what was it, 11? Out of that last surgery? Pure, undiluted awesome sauce. And while awesome sauce is always good, the undiluted stuff is just the best. Okay, something is firing lightning bolts at me in a really uncharitable way. From off screen yet, which is, I'm going to say, illegal? He can cast across the walls. Did he die? He died. Oh, that's... Poor fellow. I feel bad. Over it. Back to the junction. Because conjunction junction. What's your function? That's an old guy reference. Might be a couple of people old enough to remember that reference. Oh, no, we didn't have everybody. Sneaky little devils. Yeah, it does seem that my swap to a little bit more survivability is paying off. A little bit less damage, a little bit more survivability. It seems to be working. Us now, I think. And we have 69 of the cube currency. I believe the appropriate response for everyone is to say nice. Except him, maybe. He didn't seem pleased. Although maybe that was a cry of sexual ecstasy. 69, guys. 69. That's got to be lucky seed doubles. We're going to get 2 of anything we drop. Please, just not that one. Or that one, or that one. Any of the others would be fine. 3 goes. Here we go. Not excited. Very unexcited. And utterly and completely unexcited. Well, let's see if either of those divinity tablet thingies. I think they'll be identical. Because of the doubling. They are identical. Well, if they have value, then they'll be twice as valuable. Please. Please. List them for 1 each. So unexciting. I mean, someone's listed them for 2. And they haven't sold. may have sold previously at that price. It just, it's just you want some sure things. And I'm sitting here still with the chaotic ending up for 55. I think there was a similar one that someone had. I think there were two. Like one was for 100, one was for 80. And I said, I'm just gonna, way undercut those two, and no one seems to be interested. I need to AFK a sec and refill my coffee cup, and then if we haven't grabbed another one of those map bits, we'll buy one and we'll finish that off and then beat the boss, and there'll be much rejoicing. Possibly at least some. I don't know what causes the sort of visual effect, as it didn't have that until I hit Timemark 7. And it looks like we're having ghosted figures appearing, and I hadn't noticed those before. Like a ghosted figure there and there. Don't know what the deal is with that. Right, my assumption is we did get one. How nice. Save ourselves 8 of the currency. But we're not quite ready to fight him yet, as we have to finish Thorny Filth down here at the bottom. Not the first time I've been called that. Although, no, there was no T when they called me. I don't recognize this map, so I don't know the layout. I don't want to miss stuff. As we get close to a level here. And killing boatloads of mobs seems like a way to level. We're at like 90%, 87%. something I've been trying to do better at, which is when I see I've been standing still for a couple of seconds to move. Because otherwise, something's going to hit me with badness, and I'm going to regret not moving. And it just requires a different kind of play than I have been doing previously, where I was just blasting it. Occasionally I die, no biggie, but now I realize that a lot of deaths are preventable if I just play a little bit aggressively, defensively, moving not in response, not as a reaction, but to avoid the possibility. As basically, the longer you stand still, the more likely something's going to treat you poorly. Here did we get everything? I think so, but I think that is the way to go. So I can't always double back if I choose to. This is one of those maps where it has like a big circle, but the boss is back in a little sort of cul-de-sac. But in this case, that means I know exactly where he is, so I'm just going to go ahead and blast the things I can blast until I can't blast no more. Oops, we got another. That's the bomber. We are 98% to the next level. 99%. So if we die before we get there, they'll definitely use one of the res tokens. I have rather a lot of them. There it is, the level 88. And the boss to celebrate. 71 points. No doubling this time. That's like the brainwave helmet. A lot of the uniques or legendaries, whichever they are, I can never remember. Uniques, I think. Anyway, share the same graphic. Unfortunate. They really should hire one more artist to make sure that every item looks different from every other item. Not that it matters. I'm going to get, let's see, that, and that. So that's my prediction. Shield, Slate, and Ziggy Zag. Slate, another Slate, and Slate. Sorry, wedges. Transcendence wedges. Leveled up. We did. Where were we putting that point? I think we're putting it into brain, weren't we? Yeah, we're putting it into more brain. Boss awaits. And since we just leveled, we die, it's fine, as long as we can kill him in 5 deaths at most. My goodness, doesn't he look imposing? Although, truth be told, he looks really imposing, except for his little tiny head. I am fire and blood, and it's expensive actually ordering specially sized helms for my tiny little head. Not my favorite mechanics. This guy. has these sort of... Here's the first one. These rotating bars. First, whoops! If I don't get in the way of that one, I'd be fine. These swap directions partway through. Start rotating in the other direction. Don't run into the blood sword things on the ground. These may hurt. Maybe just kill him. Thank you. We got an FE out of that. Woot. Quest, defeat the Steel Forge Watcher one time at Timemark 7. Ward level 20. Torch materials chest. Used to get torch emblems and jagged primocrysts. Primocrysts. Things. We can also come right back in here and add a point onto our cube farming setup. In Netherrealm stages, Malice incarnations have 8% chance to drop one additional set of Desire Crystals. Desire Crystals are the currency, usually between like 40 and 60. You'll see me have it. Let's see what we got out of there. Ooh, we're almost have enough of the Thunder Wastes one to finish it up and access the Realm Lord. You know, we like to comment how MMORPG characters, their shoulders are a bit much. This guy's shoulders are a lot more than a bit much. He's got planets for shoulders and double-sized planets seemingly connected to his shoulders. We will identify let's see, Silver Frost and Chaotic Ending. Silver Frost. Sounds like it should be good for cold. It doesn't seem very good to me. Okay, it is additional, right? It is doing additional damage. Which does matter because that's multiplicative. However, the survival hit, if I was to use it, would be enormous. But I'm going to guess just one. That's because, yeah, disappointment is complete. We can get rid of something in here, can't we? I'm sure we can. Oathkeeper. We have 2 Oathkeepers. If we were using one, we'd probably want to be using 2. Cry of Divinity and Cry of Divinity. Don't need 2. We only have 1 waste per character. 138. 138. They are identical. Well, I guess we're going in for Steel Forge. Wait, that's one I just beat. Thunder Wastes. Desolate Village. Thirsty Mines. Desolate Village, I think. even know what fluorescent memories are. Additional attack, cast, and movement speed for monsters. I think I'd rather they don't have that aspect. I've got a good erosion resistance. We'll take our chances with not running into a bunch of erosion monsters. Erosion is similar to chaos damage in Path of Exile. It's one of the Red Plague Kerberoses. Yeah, he is doing the breathing thing. Now he's doing the not breathing because he's dead thing. Like them. Just like them. They are overpowered. First time you run into them, if you're new to this league, as I was a few days ago, as my friend Vorpine was, you're absolutely annihilated. Hold on. The first time he channels, it's like, oh, he's got... Wait, I'm dead. Because you have a fraction of a second to get out of his breath. I thought I had bad breath. He's never actually killed anyone. Never say never. Bossy dudes. Whoop, that looked bad. That's kind of what I meant by playing. Said I'm playing aggressively, defensively. You see something that looks different that you're not used to, get out of dodge. Definitely the swap to shield and actually a gun. It's a gun with extra jumps and projectile sort of chaining. So it's actually quite good for particularly batches. Not great. Single target. The other thing I have is better single target. Yeah, 3 jumps and 1 projectile skill level and etc. etc. Actually makes a couple of different builds. This is a cold build, and it's not normally going to do anything even remotely similar to a gun. And that it's a cold magic build, spell build. But it is also projectile, so the projectiles count. Boss room coming up, I think. Yep. Gots to be. We're at 73. That is 3. Prayers that will go unanswered. Three divinity slates could be okay. Now, one of them is a sellable, it's a win. Or even usable. That's a lot of energy shield. Damage, energy shield, energy skill area, attack and cast speed. Better offensive than what I'm using. Not as good defensive, worth keeping. Throat slasher, I don't think I've seen that. I'm not going to be doing it this league. At least I can't see it. It's not impossible. Never say never. Wait, I just said it twice. Oh, disappointment. Oh, terrible disappointment. Yeah. Well, there's one of those listed for 10. I can't imagine anyone actually wanting it for 10, so the price listed for. Nope. Yes, I don't believe in those numbers. I simply don't believe they exist. That one can definitely go. The last hope we have for making huge bank here would be Throat Slasher. Fizz, Gear Fizz, Life Regain. Like Life Drain? Based on the missing life. Stores a portion of life when hit. Half a second interval. 100 attack critical strike rating if you haven't used a main skill recently. That may actually be good for Vorpine's build, because he's not using a main skill, I think, at all. He's using a triggered, basically a triggered movement skill. No. Of no particular perceived value. Back in we go. Back to Thunder Wastes. Really, Thunder is so wasteful. He's worth 20, so he's worth one spin in the cube RNG at the end of life as well. So that's one of the mechanic that I've opted into one of their boss. Already up to 47 for the cube mechanic. The problem is for me, I think I probably don't have the Q tree set up correctly. I know cube farming is currently a big thing for this league with Moneymaker. But I kind of like it simply because it's simple and straightforward. Kill the mobs, cash in at the end of every turn. I really did like Mist Wheel League, but I don't think that is playable until you crack level 90. But maybe I'll do a respec trees then. Also, respecking your talents, passives, and stuff is free until you're level 90. But I don't think that holds true for. You guys stop all being jerks at the same freaking time? I guess they can if I kill them. Stealth skills are fun. The freeze is definitely a more friendly gameplay type in that it reduces the amount of dodging, avoidance. It basically is by itself a good survival adjunct, at least against the lesser critters. Not necessarily a big help against the big bad guys, but on some of them it is too. So. Yay. Oh. Back to using revival tokens. I'm a third of the way on to the next level, so. I thought I killed these guys, but evidently I had not. What the hell? Took 5,528. Really thought I had killed them both, and then I couldn't see that one of them was still alive. No, sir, don't like them. Lost now. And then I think we'll break things up with a... He's gonna get big. He's gonna get really big. Oh, I killed him before he got his special attacks off. Loser. And 3 more spins on the Wheel of Sadness. 20 flame element. I would jump up and down with glee. Or I will... Oh, we got one more. 4. All of the same rarity, I think. Magic. Yes. Magic. Ayo. Sorry. We'll do a quick peek at these, expecting nothing. And liking it. And I think we're good for another operation. Aging Dr. Lens. Aging. I don't have any surgical instruments. I'll make do. Alright, we want to go pests again. We can. We've got a couple of amberons to begin with. Hypertrophic Pituitary. We have rare boss agitos. 80 to a random group of monsters each round. When moving a monster that is not a bone sentry. Well, we do have an agitos. We do not have rare boss agitos yet. Really don't like him. Let's go with the hypertrophic pituitary. Select 1 to 2 groups, monsters, and fuse them into pests. Select 1 group of monsters and add 30 to their activity. This takes effect. Or magic agitos. They're not sadly magic agitos, we just have basic agitos. Bust out the potions and see if we can't get something a little better. Random mutate up to 3 groups of monsters that are not amberons. Well, we can go for amberons, I guess. Plus 42 to the quant of amberons for every group mutated. Only one of them would mutate. Because the other 2 are already amberons. Let's upgrade the agitos. Let's randomly mutate them into rares. An agitos would be nice. We did not get an agitos. Select 1 group of monsters, mutate them into pests, and add a group of the same. Add a group of pests. 41 activity to random group of monsters. If they're Agitos, awaken them into rares. You have a 1 in 3 chance. That hit. Excellent. When adding a monster, it has a 7. Extra quant for activity higher than 255. That one only needs 33 more. One group of monsters mutate the monsters to their right into identical copies. Sadly, we would like to mutate that. Or I should say, no, we don't want to mutate it. Oh, we can mutate that, and that will also mutate that. I like that. Add a group of Agitos and 31 to their activity. Random mutate up to 3 groups. Let's add a little bit more Agitos action. One group of monsters, remove them. Add 2 groups of magic monsters of random. Select one and add 31 activity, 2 groups of the same flavor. Take us up to 250. 255. Fuck, that'll give us 253. That's not enough. That one. That'll remove them. End of the round. 15 activity and 15 quant to monsters with both quant and activity higher than 100. Activity. That's going to continue to increase the quantity on those things. Add a group of Amberons. Select one group of monsters, mutate them into pests, and add a group of monsters of the same name. 41 activity to one random group. If they're Agitos, awaken them to rare. We already have all rares. Let's mutate. Patrol guard. '41 activity to one random group if they're Agitos, awaken them to rares. No, we have at least one bone guard. Select one group to mutate into Agitos and awaken them into Agitos. The evil spiders of Mars. No. That was pretty good. Select one group of monsters, mutate them, and awaken them into magic. Okay. Well, we got a lot of Agitos going on here. The bloated skin pauses its decay within the soaking solution. Await the first cut of the scalpel. I have no idea what that means. Bloated gain one group of boss bone sentries. If the incubation tag is full, mutates the monsters with the highest total activity into the bone sentries. One special potion will be granted the next round. We're definitely doing that. Dissection 1, vermectomy. Parasitism is a quarrel between 2 desires within the same vessel. Now, tear out every squirming part that does not belong to me. I don't know. Look at this handsome man. What? You mean Harrison Ford in the Blade Runner poster? He was a good-looking guy. You know, not classically good-looking, but a lot of charisma. What the hell does this thing do? When you have at least one group of bone sentries, remove all pests. Plus 99 to other monsters. Quant grants one additional special potion will be granted the next round. Yeah, I'm going to use that too. All right, we are all purple, and we are just shy of getting our first red. So we're going to get a number of red rewards. How you doing, dude? We have 3 red boxes. We have 4 red boxes. If we get lucky with our fighting and killing stuff, we could get up to 5 or maybe even 6 boxes. All good and chill, thank you. Hope I'm doing well. I am doing okay. The usual. But really, when you have a Bone Warden and a Taboo Scholar, life is weird. Let's start surgery. Hopefully we'll not die. That's my hope, to not die. And sadly, I'm not a fan of the Agitos because they're big mobs. Not lots of them usually, but big and therefore hard to kill. Whoop. If he starts telling you which way he's going, take his word for it. If he winds up like he's in the batting cage, take his word for it. Alright, phase 1 complete. Already have 4 purple boxes. Mind, the last time we ran surgery, we got a grand total of 11 flame elementium, which is, given my level, quite a bag of swag. Swag being swag in, like, pirate swag. Not swag as in, an awful phrase for swagger. We are already at all 6 purple. Still in phase 2. We're almost to our first red box. We have a red box. About to go to surgical phase 3, I think. There we are, surgery phase 3. Bad thanks. 2 red boxes. Red boxes. Almost to 4. Can we get a 5th? Alright, I got frozen, which is bad. Don't want to get frozen in place. Freezing is what I like to do to them, not have it done to me. We have 5 red boxes. Can we get 6? I've had 6 red boxes a couple of times, but at much, much lower levels. And I know you can get at least 1, reportedly more than 1. I've never seen it. Rainbow box. I think we'll have a shot at that. We might be able to get 6th. Red box. Oh, where? Nope. 5 red boxes, 1 purple. Event end when you die, or yeah, I have 6 attempts, and I don't think we lose XP if we die during this, during the league mechanic. All right, that was the 1 purple, red. So far, no flame elementium. That's what we want. FEs. One, two, three, four, five, six flame elementiums. That's what we're talking about. One, two, three more. 9 flame elementium. I will take that with a smile on my face. This is a smile. Might be hard to tell. Now, do we get anything we could sell for more flame elementium? That would be nice. Nope. 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 And nope. 155 energy shield. No, I think we'd need. Yeah, we would need more base affixes to make it worth crafting. Not to be too expensive. Might be able to make something better than I've got, but very expensive. Back to the Thunder Wastes. We have 6 more maps to do here, and then the boss, and then that'll open time mark 8. I'm not sure if we want to go straight to 8, though. I think I would get my ass enlightened, let's say. Yeah, enlightened. Additional Netherrealm residences are very good. Those are the currency you need to buy the maps. Plus 30% monster erosion resistance. Oh no, that means they're going to resist the no erosion damage I did. I can safely say that the change to shield and unlikely weapon has been proven to be the correct choice. Flame Elementium. I'm not sure this map got out, so. Speed running this map, which isn't necessarily what I want to do. Yeah, I was. Oh, we have a precious legendary chest. Is it a chest or is it a mimic? It's a mimic. All right, we got 2 spins on the Wheel of Sadness. We haven't gotten a single super rare yet. we have continued. Although I did get a proc, so one of those was free. Don't think much of that Divinity Slate. Oh. I take that back. That might actually be... I've got both. It's not bad. We'll go ahead and list it. What was it? What was the cheapest? I didn't even notice. Was it 3? 4. I'm going to list it for 3. Undercut. That's a shamed. I know that's a 1. Right? Yep, 1. Just looked at that. Buzzing. I'm not sure I've seen that. Steel's Limit, I know we've seen. 2 of those can go directly. Do not pass go. Thunder Wastes, right? Grove of Calamity. That guy was worth 22 of the cube currency, so he's bad. I don't like him. One of those sort of semi-boss mobs, and I don't know their skill set, so I cannot react intelligently other than to kind of panic, which I suppose is intelligent. If the alternative is just stand there and croak. These things are so annoying. The on-death effect leave behinds like those rotating blades of pain. That's a Cerberus. That was one of the weenier Cerberus. Kerberos, Kerberi. If we croak again, we're back using the res tablet so that we don't have XP. We'd rather not lose the XP. Halfway to the next level, better. Anything down here? I don't think so. One of the maps I've done enough times that I can actually recognize it. Know the layout. I know the boss. Alright, boss time. Is definitely good. We've got 2 spins. A Wheel of Sadness here. Oh, but we'll get double sadness, at least. We could get 100 Flame Elementium. We won't, but we could. As we have randomly rolled up double rewards. I think that and that. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. Two things that are essentially worthless. Not really much better than one thing that is essentially worthless. Sure. Keep hoping. Hoping against hope. Back to Thunder Wastes. Let's see. Additional drop quantity. They drop legendary gear. 1 to 2 pieces. Not sure we need any more energy cores. Let's go ahead. Let's gamble and count on additional sadness. What, 80? We're 69. We're 69% to the next level, please. Everyone join me in saying nice. Flame Elementium! Flame Element. Why? To go, I think this line. Spinning on death things. Not a fave, gotta say. Not a fave. I mean, they have slightly better visibility than similar mechanics in Path of Exile, which oftentimes kill you without you ever even noticing or seeing them. Up to 78% to the next level. What are we currently? 88. So when we hit 89, that will be the last level where if we want to respec that there is a price that I am not certain what it is. I've reached 90 before, I don't think I've ever actually respec. I don't particularly see any reason why I need to, but hey, tell for sure. Mad Bomber. This has been a big one. $83%. The next level. So 14% for this level, for this map. Let's see what's up here first. Dead critters now. boss inconveniently being in a map with another unpleasant critter. Genius battle gear. Well, that's clearly for me. Cube. We've got 2 spins on the cube. It's a double. Man can live in hopes. 3 spins. To Thunder Wastes. I think we'll level. Maybe. Dead end over here. But also a bossy critter type thing. 91%. Let's do path insurance. Four. Seven. Maybe. That's the minor. Damn it. We are using revive tokens instead of using XP for obvious reasons, because we were at 98%. Down to 93% would make me cry. That's why. Ding. 89. We have a regular treasure chest. Oh, okay, we'll do this. It's doubled up again. I think here and then there. Oh, we've got 60. We've got 3. So there Another one will appear there and there. I'm right with the first one. Right with the second location. Okay, all three went there. It was a treasure chest with no treasures in it. At least no treasures that didn't get filtered out by my filter, which is just a basic filter. I'm still wearing a chain of resistance. The one I have is better. Probably nothing. Definitely nothing. Really? That's surprising. I'll hold on to it, I guess. New talent nodes? Please make me smarter. And suddenly, I am genius. Alright, we need 2 more. We happen to have 2 more tokens. That is additional pieces of legendary gear. Hero memories. Maybe some better hero memories wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Yeah, okay, as long as we don't run into things that do cold damage, I'm fine. Just the exact same map? I think it is. The difference is now if we die, we'll go ahead and take that 5%. XP loss. Stealthy little bastard, sneaking around. Basically trying to do a quick march straight to the boss. To give you guys a couple of boss fights. It's Gerald! Those of us who've done the story countless times. We only get one spin this time. Yep, not much. One more map, then a boss, and then big boss I've never seen before. Maybe ever. The Realm Lord. All in the mirror. Dead end? Dead end. Definitely a dead end for them. Ow! Don't get hung up teleporting into the wall when you're inside one of those spinny things. He just suddenly starts dropping planets on my head. That's the mine dropper again. I'm gonna get ahead of him and stay ahead of him. Like those, right there. I'm going to let him get away. That's chasing through the minefield. Well, there's a reason we talk about things being a minefield if they're really, really dangerous and you don't want to try and walk through. If they're really, really dangerous and you don't want to try. Oh, is he back? He came back. He started running laps. More fool him. Right. I killed him and died. We've got 3 spins. Bad spins. All right, boss fight, and then bigger boss fight. And then I'll be calling it an evening, in that order. Thunder Waste's Watcher. Ew, he watches waste. I mean, I guess you've got to have sewer workers everywhere. And he does get a pretty cool outfit. This guy is tough. I frequently die to him in his lower tiers, so I'm not overly enthused about this prospect. Here's the mechanic that is really freaking dangerous. Those beams. Beams again, I think. I forgot there was a third go. So many mechanics, I don't really even know what I'm supposed to be hitting and not hitting. He's almost dead. Will you just please finish him? Thank you. Ooh, precise. That might be valuable. That might be something I can sell for a bucket of good things. Let's see, where did that one go? Should have gone here, right? Precise nimbleness. Nope. Activates the aura. Allies within gain evasion and additional evasion. Alright, big boss coming. Biggie boss coming. The Realm Lord is open. First clear will be 2 star talents. And 2 prime star talents. I don't think I've ever seen those. Exclusive drops, Echo of the Gods. The Pedigree of Gods can be worth a lot. But those are rare drops. I will be happy if we kill it. I have no idea. It's the Rift of Dimensions. Oh, that's right. I did see someone fighting this earlier where you start off upside down. I don't know the mechanics at all. I am not doing very much damage to him, you may notice. Almost nothing. Traveler, Singularity, defeated you in 4 seconds, took 4,500. I'll try one more go. But I've done almost nothing to him, so. And mind you, those are hitting for 1,000,000 points a pop. Shots are hitting for millions, which means he probably has hundreds of millions or perhaps even billions of. This will be my last go at him until I get a lot more power. Just hit him there for 11.2 million. Hardly anything. I've probably done pretty close to 1 billion already. will revive in town. That's not a fight I'm winning anytime soon. And just as a reminder, so if I'm averaging here about 25 million DPS, 40 seconds would be taking to 1 billion damage. I would say that last one was 1.5 minutes, a couple billion damage. I would say I need my damage increased by 20 times, 40 times, something like that. Having a real safe chance to kill. But I am going to call it here for the evening. Let's do a quick check, see if we can do any memory decryption from him. Nope, we don't have enough cards. I'm going to call it here. I want to thank you guys, as always, for hanging out tonight. Watching me blast things, blow them apart, and then finish the evening on a true understanding of how underpowered I really am. But again, thank you guys very much for hanging out. Hopefully you'll see me soon. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Maybe with a new character? I'm not sure how much further I can realistically take this one. I will browse the market. For instance, there were ones with cold levels. That's the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing. Why is that? There we go. Wand. Cold. In the wrong place. I think I was. Cold to skill level. And those were expensive. Those were like starting at 20 flame elemental. As you can see, these prices are bonkers crazy. The cold skill level is good, but we need more than that to really be worthwhile. We can't afford a whole lot of crafting onto these. We could probably only form 2 or 3 crafts, and we'd have to get lucky to get something useful. And these could be, that right there is probably as close as we're going to come. 2 cold skill level, spell damage, and crit strike rating. But realistically, we'd have to hit 2 affixes to make it better than what we're currently using. We just don't have that many spins of the wheel right now, I don't think. Yeah, we have 30 precious embers, which is exactly 3 crafting attempts. We'd have to get 2 of the 3 to hit. And even then, I'm not sure it would be better. Anyway, thanks guys for hanging. Back tomorrow. I'm not sure if we'll be back here, this character, another game. Don't know. It's up in the air. But thanks. Back tomorrow. Take care, and ciao for now. Bye, guys.